Hello there, Techno coming to you here with yet another video review, an unexpected one, but also partly expected too. As some of you who follow me on Twitter, cybertron.ca, on TFW, and other boards I post to may know, a number of us Canadians, myself included, have been getting kind of PO'd at the Transformers Collectors Club of late because of the fact that our incentive figures had not arrived. Well, I've been coming home early every day for the last several weeks just to make sure that I get home before the mail comes, just in case, and it's been fruitless so far until today when I got this kind of banged up box in the mailbox. So it's taken this thing, well, just about a week short of 2 months to get here. Anyway, let's get this thing open. But first I'm just going to take a quick look at the packaging. As I mentioned, the box, it's kind of banged up. So I'm really hoping that the figure came out okay in this. Well, there's only one way to find out. Now, behind this guy, I have a couple of figures from past years. I've put the Heatwave back from 2000, he was 2009's incentive figure, and to his right we have Dion, who was the 2011 incentive figure. Anyway, I've got this box open. And what do we have inside? We've got the instructions, which are kind of bent up here. And we've got Sideburn. In old mode, Sideburn is a really nice looking figure. He's cast in primarily blue plastic with a number of paint apps that homage the old Car Robots Robots in Disguise toy. Now, I'm kind of curious about the quality, given, as you can see, it's kind of swirly all over the place. But I guess I'll find out later. Now, one thing I was really concerned about when I got this guy was the spoiler, because a number of people have been getting bent or broken spoilers. And taking a close look at mine appears to, well, I don't see any stress marks on this thing, so that's a really good thing. I appear to have lucked out as far as the spoiler goes, but I'm not sure as to the overall figure. Looking at the paint apps and just even the bottom of the figure, Sideburn is quite nice indeed. And he has storage for his gun here, like the original Rodimus toy did. And we can just fire this off like so. Transforming Sideburn is a fairly simple matter. You start by unpegging the arms from the body, and then you configure the bottoms of the legs there by folding those pieces that have the exhaust pipes on them up. After this, you detach the legs from the main body and fold the spoiler up, all while folding down the arms and bending the elbows out to straighten them up. Then you can fold up the hand or even the optional buzzsaw. At this point then, you just unfold the legs and feet so that you have the little heel spurs, bring them down and adjust the shin pieces so that they don't get in the way. And then you just fold down his chest, and finally, last but not least, rotate his background and adjust the little spoiler so that the spoiler is sticking up above the head. And finally, there you have it, Sideburn. In robot mode, Sideburn continues his homage to the Robots in Disguise figure by still looking pretty good. He's got the same sort of posability as the Rodimus figure did, with the limited knees. Like, it's all a very 2006 in terms of how his posability is. The figures have gotten a lot better since then, but this is still a really nice to look at mold. And I appear to have none of the problems with regards to shoulders that are really loose. Everything feels nice and tight, and he can hold poses fairly well. The head turns fine, and everything seems to stay in place fairly solidly. One decision the club made with this figure that was questioned by some was their attempt to homage the targeting reticule on the original Sideburn. Though the paint apps are all really well done, they attempted to do the targeting reticule by overspraying yellow on one of the eyes. It looks pretty good from a distance, and the asymmetrical paint apps help distinguish it from Hot Rod very well. One thing I will point out, though, is that I did have to clean off a little bit of paint overspray on the eyes, but that came off just by essentially scraping at the excess material with my knife right here. So it was no real problem. Overall, Sideburn is a very nice toy, going from a really nice alt mode to a pretty neat robot mode. Although the Rodimus mold is showing its age and not all that posable compared to some of the newer figures, the deco that the club did really went the distance, and they really made a really nice freebie figure, provided that you got one without any problems. The paint apps allow it to go really nicely with Dion, the other club figure from last year, and differentiate it from Rodimus considerably. In the end, despite all of the various quality control issues others have had and the long wait I had to go through, in the end it's a pretty neat figure. Not the greatest in the world, but it's still pretty cool. This is General Techno signing off.